Right now, as you watch this, ice is falling from the sky in places that have not seen this in decades. Trees are already cracking under the weight, power lines are snapping, and this is just the beginning. This is not a typical winter storm. This is a historic cross-country weather emergency stretching from New Mexico to Maine. Over 100 million Americans are in the path. The question is not if this will affect you. The question is how bad will it be where you live? In the next 4 minutes, I will show you the exact hour this storm arrives in your city. I will tell you if you are getting snow, ice, or both. And I will reveal which areas are about to experience something they have not seen in 20 years. But first, let me show you what is already happening right now because this storm is moving faster than any computer model predicted. As of 7 a.m. Eastern Time this morning, winter weather is already falling 6 to 8 hours ahead of schedule. Knoxville, Tennessee is reporting snow. Memphis is in a raging ice storm. Little Rock, Arkansas has already lost power in some neighborhoods. This is not supposed to happen until this afternoon, but it is happening right now. Here is your first reward for watching. If you live anywhere from Oklahoma to Virginia, you have less time to prepare than you think. The storm is overperforming. The models are wrong, and I am about to tell you exactly what that means for your specific location. Comment below right now with your city and state. I want to know where you are watching from because the difference between 12 inches of snow and 1 inch of ice could be just 50 miles. Your exact location matters more in this storm than any storm I have covered this year. Let me explain what is creating this monster. You need 3 ingredients for a catastrophic winter storm: cold air, moisture, and lift. This storm has all 3 in extreme amounts. The cold air is Arctic. I am talking about temperatures below 0 degrees Fahrenheit stretching from Mississippi to Maine by Tuesday morning. This is Siberian Express level cold diving south while you sleep. The moisture is coming from Hawaii. Yes, you heard that correctly. An atmospheric river, a Pineapple Express, is funneling tropical moisture from the Pacific Ocean all the way across the United States. When that warm, wet air rides up and over the Arctic cold, you get lift. Extreme lift, the kind that produces 2 inches of snow per hour or half an inch of ice in 6 hours. This combination, the Pineapple Express colliding with the Siberian Express, only happens once or twice per decade. The last time we saw something similar was January 2014 in the South and February 2010 in the Mid-Atlantic. If you remember those storms, this one is worse. Here is the critical detail most weather reports will not tell you. The precipitation shield from this storm stretches over 2,000 miles. Winter storm warnings are in effect from Albuquerque, New Mexico to Portland, Maine. Ice storm warnings cover an area larger than Texas. This is not a regional event. This is a national emergency. Now let me tell you exactly when this arrives where you live because timing is everything. Texas, let me start with you. Dallas, Fort Worth, you have already seen some ice this morning. By noon today, Saturday, you will have another 1/10 to 1/4 inch of ice accumulation. The freezing rain continues through tonight. By Sunday morning, you could have up to half an inch of total ice. That is enough to snap power lines and make roads impossible to travel. Houston, this one is moving south faster than expected. You could see freezing rain by late this afternoon Saturday. Temperatures will drop below 32 degrees Fahrenheit around 4 p.m. Any rain falling after that will freeze on contact. By Sunday morning, you could wake up to a 1/4 inch of ice. Austin, San Antonio, the same timeline applies to you. Oklahoma City, you are in the sweet spot for heavy snow. As of right now, you already have 3 inches on the ground. By tonight, Saturday night, you will have another 5 to 8 inches. Total accumulation, 12 to 15 inches of pure, fluffy snow. This continues until Sunday morning. Tulsa, same story for you. 8 to 12 inches total by Sunday morning. The heavy snow is falling right now. If you need to go anywhere, go now. By this afternoon, travel will be impossible. Arkansas, this is where things get complicated. Little Rock, you started as freezing rain this morning. By noon today, you switched to sleet. By tonight, back to freezing rain. Total ice accumulation by Sunday morning, half an inch to 3/4 of an inch. That is crippling. That is catastrophic. Power outages are not just possible, they are likely. Northern Louisiana, you are in the worst spot in the entire country. Shreveport, Monroe, you could see 3/4 of an inch to 1 full inch of ice by Sunday. 1 inch of ice is enough to bring down mature trees. It is enough to collapse power lines. It is enough to leave you without electricity for a week or more. If you have a generator, set it up now. If you have battery-powered heaters, charge them now. This is not a drill. Mississippi, the same applies to you. Tupelo, you are looking at 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch of ice. Jackson, you are on the southern edge, but you could still see a 1/4 inch. That is enough to cause major problems. Tennessee, let me break this down city by city because your forecast is a nightmare of mixed precipitation. Memphis, you started with sleet early this morning. By this afternoon, Saturday afternoon, you switched to freezing rain. By tonight, you have 2 inches of sleet on the ground topped with a 1/4 inch of ice. Sunday morning brings more freezing rain. Total ice, 1/2 inch. Nashville, you are getting the full menu. You started with snow this morning. You already have 1 to 2 inches. By this afternoon, that switches to sleet. By tonight, Saturday night, freezing rain takes over. Total accumulation, 3 inches of snow, 2 inches of sleet, 1/4 inch of ice. Travel is impossible from now until Monday. Knoxville, you started early with snow. By this afternoon, you have 3 to 4 inches. Then sleet moves in tonight. You avoid the worst of the ice, but you still get a 1/4 inch. Chattanooga, same timeline as Knoxville. Kentucky, Louisville, you are in the snow zone. Pure snow from now through Sunday morning. Total accumulation, 10 to 14 inches. This is a crippling snowstorm for you. If you have not been to the grocery store yet, it is too late. Roads are about to become impassable. Lexington, 8 to 12 inches of snow by Sunday. Heavy snow continues all day today and tonight. Southern Kentucky, Bowling Green, you get the mix. Snow changes to sleet this afternoon, then freezing rain tonight. 1/4 inch of ice by Sunday. Ohio, let me give you the good news. Cincinnati, Columbus, Cleveland, this is an all-snow event for you. Cincinnati, you are looking at 10 to 12 inches by Sunday morning. Columbus, 8 to 10 inches. Cleveland, 6 to 8 inches. Pure, fluffy, beautiful snow. No ice for you. Indiana, Indianapolis, 10 inches of snow by Sunday. Evansville on the southern border, you get some sleet mixed in, but mostly snow. 8 inches total. Illinois, Chicago, you are on the northern edge. 4 to 6 inches of snow Saturday night into Sunday. Peoria, Springfield, 6 to 8 inches. Southern Illinois gets into the mixed precipitation. Carbondale, you could see sleet and freezing rain tonight. 1/4 inch of ice possible. Missouri, St. Louis, you are right in the heavy snow band, 10 to 14 inches by Sunday morning. Some of the highest totals in the Midwest could be right over St. Louis. Kansas City, 6 to 8 inches on the northern edge of the system. Now let me move east to the Carolinas and Virginia because this is where the storm gets personal for millions of people. North Carolina, this is complicated, so pay close attention to your specific city. Charlotte, you are in the ice zone. The storm arrives tonight, Saturday night, around 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. You start with sleet. 1 to 3 inches of sleet accumulation overnight. By Sunday morning, that changes to freezing rain. By Sunday afternoon, you have a 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch of ice on top of the sleet. That is enough for widespread power outages. That is enough to keep you home all week. Greensboro, you are just north of Charlotte. You start earlier around 6 p.m. tonight. Brief burst of snow, maybe 1 inch, then sleet takes over. 2 to 3 inches of sleet, then a 1/4 inch of ice by Sunday. Raleigh, Durham, you are in a unique position. You start as snow tonight around 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. You could get 2 to 4 inches of actual snow before it changes to sleet around midnight. Then freezing rain Sunday morning. Total ice, 1/4 inch. Not as bad as Charlotte, but still significant. Winston-Salem, Greensboro area, same as Raleigh. 2 to 4 inches of snow, then sleet, then ice. Asheville, up in the mountains, you get the worst of everything. Snow starts this afternoon around 4 p.m. 3 to 5 inches of snow by tonight, then sleet overnight, then freezing rain all day Sunday. Ice accumulation, 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. You are in the crippling ice zone. Boone, Blowing Rock, higher elevations, you stay cold enough for all snow. 8 to 12 inches by Sunday. You are the lucky ones. Wilmington on the coast, you start as freezing rain tonight, but you change to regular rain by midnight. This is not a big deal for you. Maybe 1/10 of an inch of ice before the changeover. You dodge this one. South Carolina, Greenville, Spartanburg, Anderson, you are in the ice bullseye. Sleet arrives tonight around 8 p.m. 1/2 inch to 1 inch of sleet, then freezing rain all day Sunday. Ice accumulation, 1/2 inch to 1 full inch. This is catastrophic for you. Power outages will be widespread. Some of you will be without power for days. Columbia, you get all freezing rain. No sleet, no snow, just pure ice. Quarter inch to half an inch by Sunday afternoon. Still enough for major problems. Charleston, Myrtle Beach, you change to rain. Not a big deal for the coast. Georgia, Atlanta, you are south of the worst, but you still get impacts. Northern suburbs, Marietta, Alpharetta, you could see a quarter inch of ice Sunday morning. Enough to glaze the roads and cause problems. Northeast Georgia, Gainesville, Helen, Blairsville, you are in the ice zone. Half an inch to 3/4 of an inch of ice. Same problems as upstate South Carolina, Virginia. Let me give you city by city timing. Richmond, snow arrives Sunday morning around 6 a.m. You get 4 to 6 inches before it changes to sleet around noon. Then freezing rain Sunday afternoon. Total ice, quarter inch. Virginia Beach, Norfolk, you change to rain Sunday morning. Not a major event for you. Roanoke, Blacksburg, you are in the snow to sleet zone. Snow starts tonight, Saturday night around 10 p.m. 4 to 6 inches overnight. Sleet takes over Sunday morning. Another 2 inches of sleet, then a glaze of ice Sunday afternoon. Northern Virginia, let me talk to you separately because you are getting hit hard. Washington, D.C., this is a big one for you. Snow starts Sunday morning around 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. Heavy snow, 2 inches per hour at times. By noon Sunday, you have 8 to 12 inches on the ground. Then it changes to sleet and freezing rain Sunday afternoon. That will compress the snow down, but you still end up with 8 to 10 inches of total accumulation. This is the biggest storm of the year for D.C. Baltimore, same timeline. Snow starts around 4 a.m. Sunday, 10 to 12 inches by early afternoon. Then mixing begins. Still a major snowstorm. Fredericksburg, you are in between. 6 to 10 inches of snow, then some ice. Now the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast where the biggest snow totals are coming. Philadelphia, snow starts Sunday morning around 6 a.m., heavy and fast. By noon, you have 6 to 8 inches. Then you start to mix with sleet and rain Sunday afternoon. Total accumulation 8 to 12 inches before mixing. Still a significant storm. New York City, snow starts Sunday morning around 8 a.m., 5 to 8 inches by evening before potential mixing. The city will see accumulation, but northern suburbs get hit harder. Northern New Jersey, Morristown, Patterson, Newark, this is where it gets real. Snow starts Sunday morning around 7 a.m., 12 to 18 inches by Monday morning. Some areas could see 2 feet. This is an all-snow event, no mixing, just pure, heavy, relentless snow. Hudson Valley, Poughkeepsie, Newburgh, Kingston, you are in the jackpot zone. 18 to 24 inches of snow, some of the highest totals in the entire country. Snow starts Sunday morning and does not stop until Monday afternoon. Connecticut, let me split you up. Southern Connecticut, New Haven, Bridgeport, you get 10 to 14 inches before some mixing Sunday night. Northern Connecticut, Hartford, Storrs, 14 to 18 inches. All snow. Rhode Island, Providence, 8 to 12 inches. Some mixing possible Sunday evening, but you get heavy snow first. Massachusetts, this is your storm. Boston, snow starts Sunday morning around 9 a.m., 12 to 16 inches by Monday morning. Heavy rates of 2 to 3 inches per hour Sunday afternoon. This is a classic nor'easter for you. All snow, no mixing. Worcester, Berkshires, Western Mass, you are in the absolute bullseye. 18 to 24 inches. Some areas could see 30 inches. This is a historic snowstorm for Western Massachusetts. It starts Sunday morning and continues all day and into Monday. Cape Cod, you get the ocean influence. 8 to 12 inches before mixing to rain Monday. New Hampshire, Vermont, you are getting crushed. Manchester, Concord, New Hampshire, 16 to 20 inches. Burlington, Vermont, 14 to 20 inches. Northern New England, the mountains, you could see 2 to 3 feet. This is a massive storm for the ski resorts. Maine, Portland, 12 to 18 inches. Bangor, 10 to 16 inches. Down East Maine, 16 to 24 inches. This continues into Monday, Pennsylvania. Let me finish with you. Pittsburgh, this is all snow for you, 12 to 16 inches by Sunday night. Heavy snow all day Sunday. Harrisburg State College, 10 to 14 inches, all snow. Erie, you are on Lake Erie. Lake effect adds to this, 16 to 20 inches possible. Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, Poconos, 14 to 18 inches. Here is what most weather reports will not tell you. The temperature crash after this storm is just as dangerous as the storm itself. By Tuesday morning, cities that just got buried in ice will see temperatures drop to 0 degrees Fahrenheit or below. Memphis, you could wake up Tuesday morning to -5 degrees. Nashville, -2 degrees. Louisville, -8 degrees. Cincinnati, -10 degrees. If you lose power, and many of you will, you are waking up to life-threatening cold. This is not an exaggeration. Hypothermia is a real risk. Carbon monoxide poisoning from improper generator use is a real risk. Here's what you need to do right now if you have not already. If you have a generator, test it now. Make sure it works. Make sure you have fuel. Run it outside, never inside, never in a garage. If you do not have a generator, get battery-powered heaters if you can find them. Get hand warmers. Get hot hands. Pack multiple layers of clothing in one room. Plan to heat only one room if the power goes out. Fill your bathtubs with water. If the power goes out and the water treatment plants go down, you need water for flushing toilets. Charge every electronic device you own. Phones, tablets, laptops, battery banks. You need communication if the power goes out. If you are on well water, fill containers now. No power means no well pump. Move your cars away from trees. Ice brings down branches. Branches destroy cars. If you take medication that needs refrigeration, plan ahead. Ask your doctor for guidance. Here is the travel impact. If you are planning to drive anywhere in the affected zone from now through Monday, cancel your plans. I am not being dramatic. I am being realistic. Interstates will close. Interstate 40 through Tennessee and North Carolina will likely close. Interstate 81 through Virginia will likely close. Interstate 95 through the Mid-Atlantic could see closures. Airports will shut down. Charlotte, Raleigh, Richmond, D.C., Baltimore, Philly, New York, Boston, all will see cancellations Sunday into Monday. If you have a flight, check now. Rebook now. Here is the power outage forecast, and this is based on the ice accumulation I showed you earlier. Northern Louisiana, northern Mississippi, you could see outages affecting 75% of customers. That is 3 out of 4 homes without power. Restoration could take a week. Memphis, Nashville, 50% outage rate possible. Hundreds of thousands without power. Charlotte, Greensboro, Asheville, Greenville, South Carolina, 40 to 60% outage rate. This is major. Even areas with heavy snow, if you get ice on top, you have outage risk. D.C., Baltimore, Philly, if that mix happens at the wrong time, you could see outages. Power companies are pre-positioning crews from across the country, but here is the problem. When the entire East Coast is hit at once, there are not enough crews to go around. You could be waiting days for restoration. Now let me tell you about the second wave because this storm has a twist. Sunday evening, a squall line develops. This is the same type of setup that produces severe thunderstorms in the spring, but this is happening in January over areas covered in ice. This squall line brings two things: thunder ice, where you hear thunder while freezing rain falls, and wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. If you already have half an inch of ice on trees and power lines, and then you add 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts, you get catastrophic tree damage and power line failures. This squall line moves through the Carolinas and Virginia Sunday evening into Sunday night. Charlotte, you need to be prepared for this around 8 p.m. to midnight Sunday. Raleigh, midnight to 3 a.m. Monday. Richmond, 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. Monday. The combination of ice plus wind is what makes this storm potentially historic for the South. Here is the million-dollar question. Is this storm going to overperform or underperform? Based on what I am seeing this morning, it is already overperforming. Precipitation started 6 hours early in Tennessee. The models are underestimating the lift and the moisture. For snow areas, this could mean higher totals than forecast. For ice areas, this could mean more ice than forecast. The Euro model is more aggressive than the GFS. The NAM model shows over 1 inch of ice in Tennessee. I am leaning toward the aggressive solutions. If you are in an ice zone and I said quarter inch, be prepared for half inch. If I said half inch, be prepared for 3/4. If I said 3/4, be prepared for 1 inch. For snow zones, if I said 12 inches, be prepared for 16. If I said 18 inches, be prepared for 24. Here is what happens after the storm. Monday, the storm pulls away, but the cold locks in. Highs on Monday struggle to reach 20 degrees Fahrenheit across the South. Teens in the Mid-Atlantic, single digits in the Northeast. Tuesday morning, the coldest morning. Sub-zero temperatures as far south as Little Rock, Memphis, Nashville. -10 to -20 in the Midwest. -5 to -15 in the Northeast. This cold locks in through Thursday. That means any ice or snow that falls stays on the ground. No melting. Roads that get iced over Sunday stay iced through Thursday. Schools will be closed all week in many areas, not just Monday, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Businesses will be closed. Life stops. Here is what you need to know about the melting process. With highs in the 20s, you get minimal melting during the day. Then overnight, everything refreezes. Then the next day, minimal melting again. then refreezing again. This creates a cycle where ice builds up layer by layer. Black ice becomes a major problem midweek. Here is my forecast for school closures. Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Virginia, schools closed Monday through Friday in affected areas. Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, schools closed Monday and Tuesday, possibly Wednesday. Mid-Atlantic, Northeast, schools closed Monday and Tuesday, possibly longer depending on cleanup. Here is my forecast for when power is restored if you lose it. Major cities with redundant grids, 24 to 48 hours. Suburban areas, 48 to 96 hours. Rural areas, especially in ice zones, 5 to 10 days. Some rural areas in the worst ice zones could be without power for 2 weeks. Utility companies will prioritize hospitals, water treatment, and high-density areas first. If you live in the country, you are last on the list. Here is the long-range outlook. After this storm clears and the cold locks in, we have another system possible next week. Friday into Saturday, another winter storm could develop. It is too early to know details, but the pattern supports it. This is not a one-and-done winter. This is an active pattern. We could see multiple storms through February. Here's what I need you to do right now. Comment below with your city and state. I want to create a community here where we help each other. If you lose power, come back to this video when it comes back on and let us know you are okay. Subscribe if you have not already, because I will be posting updates throughout this storm. I will go live if possible. I will give you the latest information as it changes. Share this video with anyone you know in the affected areas. They need to see this. They need to prepare. Check on your neighbors, especially elderly neighbors. Make sure they have heat, food, water. Make sure they know what is coming. If you have a fireplace, stock up on wood now. If stores are still open, go now. After this afternoon, it is too late. If you are in an ice zone, assume you will lose power. Do not hope you will keep it. Assume you will lose it. Plan accordingly. If you are in a snow zone, assume roads will be impassable for 2 to 3 days. Stock up now. Here's the bottom line. This is a historic cross-country winter storm affecting over 100 million Americans. Ice accumulations in the south will be crippling. Snow accumulations in the northeast will be measured in feet. The cold after the storm will be life-threatening. This is not hype. This is not clickbait. This is reality. I have given you the timing for over 50 cities. I have given you the totals. I have given you the impacts. Now it is up to you to prepare. The storm is already underway. It is moving faster than expected. You have less time than you think. Stay safe, stay warm, and I will see you in the next update. One more thing before you go. The most dangerous part of this storm is not the snow or the ice. It is the cold that comes after. Frostbite can occur in 10 minutes when temperatures drop below zero with wind chill. If you have to go outside, cover every inch of skin. And if you lose power, never use a gas stove or grill to heat your home. Carbon monoxide kills silently. Every year, people die after winter storms from carbon monoxide poisoning because they made this mistake. Your life is worth more than staying warm for an hour. Use proper heating sources only. I will post updates on social media throughout the storm. All links are in the description. Follow me there for real-time information. This is the biggest storm of the winter so far, but based on the pattern I am seeing, it might not be the last. Stay prepared, stay vigilant, and stay with me for the latest forecasts. Thank you for watching. Comment your location below, subscribe for updates, and share this with anyone who needs